Hey everyone, welcome to your Universe Z, the place where we talk all about the Dragon Ball universe. Today we are going to go through Beerus destroying the Saiyans' home planet. And if you would like to see more Dragon Ball content, please leave your like and subscribe to join our Universe Z. The destruction of planets thanks to Beerus' power must be a recurring feature of Dragon Ball. After all, Beerus' job as god of destruction is to maintain the balance of the universe, and he has the right to do this without a second thought. However, would something different have happened if he had spared one of the planets he sent or destroyed? Could it be that if planet Vegeta had been spared, something different or horrible would have happened? Let's talk about that possibility in today's video. Planet Vegeta, formerly known as Planet Plant, is the home planet of Goku, Vegeta, and all the other native Saiyans, Tuffles and the inhabitants of Plant in the Dragon Ball franchise. In Dragon Ball G, Baby wishes for the Supreme Shenlong to restore planet Vegeta to the Earth solar system. Upon being restored, Baby renames the planet Planet Tuffle, also called New Planet Plant or Planet Tuffle. Exists in Universe 6 under the name Planet Tuffle. Planet Vegeta was not the native planet of the Saiyans, but Planet Sadala was, and they only moved to Planet Vegeta after Sadala was destroyed. In the manga Dragon Ball, episode of Bardock, the planet is inhabited by a race known as the Plant Dwellers in the distant past. Bardock somehow gets sent back in time by Frieza's supernova and saves the planet from his ancestor, Lord Chilled. The inhabitants of Plant do not seem to recognize him as a Saiyan, and Chilled has never heard of the race. The planet Plant was later home to two races, the Tuffles and the Saiyans. Tuffles were a diminutive race, native to Planet Plant, who lacked physical strength and stamina, but were very intelligent and skilled with technology. In contrast, the Saiyans were of average size, but very strong and fierce. Despite their incredible powers, the Saiyans were primitive and backward, and lived in small clans scattered across the deserts of the Plant Planet. King Kai and Dr. Lychee came to the planet in 550, apparently seeking refuge after their previous home planet became uninhabitable following a destructive civil war. Meanwhile, the Tuffles used their ingenuity to create large metropolises to live in and were quite prosperous. Their life was peaceful, until suddenly, around 720, the Saiyans decided to launch a full-scale war against the Tuffles. What started the war is debatable. According to Vegeta, the Saiyans were treated as inferior beings by the Tuffles and forced to live in adverse conditions, which forced them to rise up against them. Baby, however, argued that the Tuffles were a peaceful race and that the Saiyans launched an unprovoked attack against them. Both versions of the story are probably biased, but in both cases, led by King Vegeta, the Saiyans declared war on the Tuffles, starting a conflict known as the Saiyan-Tuffle War. According to King Kai, King Vegeta started the war against the Tuffles so that he could dominate the planet. The Saiyans were giants compared to the Tuffles, but due to the latter's technology, they were able to keep the war at a standstill. Then, around 730, something happened that gave the Saiyans the upper hand. The full moon came up, something that only happened once every 8 years, and the Saiyans gained the ability to transform into great apes. In their new forms, they easily defeated and obliterated the Tuffles and took control of the planet, renaming it Planet Vegeta, in honor. Soon, around the year 730, the Saiyans are discovered by the Arcosians and King Cold in the year 731. Saiyans served under King Cold and the Planet Trade Organization until Cold retired in 732 and handed the reins of power over to his son Frieza. Frieza discovered that the Saiyans were strong and loved to fight, so he began employing them to destroy entire races and dominate their planets to fulfill Frieza's dream of ruling the entire universe. Planet Vegeta was soon turned into a military base, with many of Frieza's men stationed there alongside the Saiyans. Young Saiyans with low battle power were sent to other planets to wipe out the inhabitants, making the planet ready to be sold. The Saiyans increased their strength rapidly, and by 735, Frieza was worried that they would eventually rise up and overthrow him. While Frieza had little fear of lone Saiyans, their power in numbers was evident. Too proud to admit it, he also harbored a secret fear of the legendary Super Saiyan, which he believed was not just a fable. Frieza's henchmen, Zarbon and Dodoria, suggested that it would be wise for him to finish off the Saiyans before their power got out of control. Some Saiyans, including King Vegeta, learned of Frieza's plan and began plotting against him. Saiyan warrior Bardock survived an ambush that killed his entire task force and swore revenge against his treacherous master. They attacked Frieza, but his strength was overwhelming and he easily defeated them. To rid himself of the Saiyan threat forever, he destroyed the planet along with almost all the Saiyans, the only survivors being Raditz, Nappa, Prince Vegeta, Tarbell, Kakarot, Broly, Paragus, and 2 other unknown Saiyan. The Dragon Ball Z movie The Tree of Might, the devious Saiyan-Tulls also survived. Kakaroto's departure from Planet Vegeta has several different accounts. In Dragon Ball Minus and Dragon Ball Super, Broly, Bardock, and his wife Jine steal an attack ball and send 3-year-old Kakarot to Earth. According to Raditz's explanation in Dragon Ball Z, a flashback depicts a baby Kakarot being sent off-world before the destruction of Planet Vegeta. In Dragon Ball Z, Bardock, Goku's father in Dragon Ball Z Kai, Goku is sent to Earth by the Saiyan army as a newborn baby so that he can destroy all life on the planet. The destruction of planet Vegeta looks a little different between the manga and the anime. In the anime, Frieza destroys the planet with a supernova. In the manga, Frieza simply states that he attacked the planet, although he claims that he destroyed it by mentioning how Goku looked like, that Saiyan foolish enough to try to take him on. Furthermore, Raditz claims that planet Vegeta was destroyed by an asteroid 3 years before his arrival in his big speech explaining Goku's backstory before Goku came to Earth, which is the story that Frieza spread to prevent the remaining Saiyans from turning against him. Dira hears the same account right after the planet is destroyed. In the anime, King Kai tells Goku that planet Vegeta was not destroyed by a single asteroid, but by many large asteroids drawn to planet Vegeta by the planet's guardian himself to punish the Saiyans for their evil ways. This story was actually made up by King Kai to prevent Goku from learning about Frieza and seeking him out. Considering that King Kai later reveals that he is aware of Frieza's existence and begs Goku and the other Z fighters not to fight him because of his immense power. Either based on the story of the original Super Saiyan God fighting evil Saiyans on planet Vegeta, the guardian of planet Vegeta is a god wearing a cape, similar to the original Super Saiyan God design, or else King Kai may have been fooled by Frieza's rumor as well. Later, when Super Saiyan Goku confronts Frieza on Namek, he says that the Saiyans were destroyed because they killed innocent people, while Frieza comments that he destroyed them because he didn't like them. However, not liking the members of the planet Vegeta could also just be something convenient for the situation. Imagine if in fact neither Frieza or Beerus really cared about them and left them alone, something happened to the universe. The Super Saiyan legend actually ended up becoming the focal point for the destruction of planet Earth. Imagine if a whole group, an army of Saiyans invaded Earth with their great legendary, using it as the fuse and the most powerful warriors of all of their race. Imagine if Vegeta and Goku were trained as true warriors from the beginning and then were sent as commanders to destroy the Earth. And in the end, just Beerus' decision to destroy the planet Vegeta had unwittingly saved many lives. Would be a very funny plot and almost a true coincidence, but at the very least it would make Beerus' actions even cooler within the lore, and be very interesting references to mention in the future. But what about you? Do you think something like this could have happened? The actions on planet Vegeta have led Goku and Vegeta to destroy planet Earth, and even killed characters who would have been their friends in another timeline. Do you think this would be possible? Leave your opinion about it in the comments. That's it. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any suggestions for videos, don't forget to comment here below, because I'll be reading all of them as I always do. Also, don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any content from your Universe Z.